Hello, hello. Hello,
Hello.
everyone. We're waiting for Pat to log on in a few minutes and give some people time to come on live. Welcome to H2 Grow Live. Um, Patricia Harrell, Jennifer Dupo, trichologist, hair loss specialist. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a great topic for you guys tonight. Looking forward to you guys getting some education on health and wellness as detox. So we're going to have minutes to get on, and we'll have our introduction. So we're welcoming Dr. Max Dupo, Bronze Man Acupuncture. Follow him on Instagram, Bronze Man Acupuncture. And yeah, I'm excited, guys. Excited. How you doing, Max?
I'm well. How you doing?
Good, good, good.
Good. Let me
Uh,
adjust my
start
camera.
H2 Grow as well, so that we have the story going on that one as well. All right. Let's live. What's happening? All right. In a moment. You're on your hey everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Shouting Pat out to see if she's joining. We'll give her about another couple of minutes and I'm sure she'll come in and hello. Thank you for joining. Can everybody hear us? Thumbs up. We are looking forward to anyone that's having questions in regards to detox. Dr. Max is here to give us more information and in informing us the best way to approach detoxing, whether you are advanced or a novice. So I'm gonna give Max a chance to introduce himself, and then we will get going. All right, Dr. Max.
Hi, everybody. My name is Max Dupo. I'm a licensed acupuncture physician, and I've been practicing clinical practice now for about almost 15 years. And my approach basically in helping people restore their health or deal with health issues in conjunction with utilizing their primary physician is through acupuncture, through herbs, using classical herbal formulas, through the ancient Chinese medicinal practice, and through exercises with having a martial arts background for whew, over 30 years now. However, nowadays I primarily emphasize the more internal aspects of martial arts, which helps with the dealing with the internal strength, which deals with the breathing exercises, and basically mind body health approach to healing. So I've been doing it for a while, and I've found great results with the people who embarked on that path and stayed on that path. So that's the approach that we're coming at you with right now. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer them the best way that I can. All right.
So we wanted to talk about why. Why is it important to detox, Doctor?
Well, especially nowadays, today, it's very important to detox because the environment that we're living in is quite different than the environment that we lived in, let's say, 100 years ago, where
Hey,
the
joining
can you
us.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Pat, request in to get to chime in when you're ready. Go ahead, Max.
Yeah, so basically, the environment that we're living in nowadays, post industrial, the industrial age, is quite different than our grandparents or great grandparents or great great grandparents with the Gen Zs nowadays, millennials. So depends on where your age bracket. But 100 to 150 years ago, we had less cancer, less health issues.
Hey
Hi, Pat.
guys,
Welcome,
How you
welcome.
doing?
I just finished work, so excuse the greasy face and all of that.
It's okay.
To my client, say hi. Hi. So I'm just finishing up.
It's all
Go
right.
ahead.
Just getting started.
Yeah,
So,
talk
Send it to me later.
block.
My phone number. Okay.
yeah, so we were talking about the importance of detoxing as far as adding that as part of your health regimen in helping you get healthier or stay healthy if you're already, if you're already seasoned health, uh, a person who implements different health models in your life. And so basically, we were talking about post-industrial age, basically 100 years ago versus now. Our environment has been bombarded with a lot of chemicals through that we're not even aware of that has an effect on on our lives, basically from Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, all kinds of different types of health issues, primarily are coming from all of the toxins in the environment. Like, for example, benzene that comes out of your gas, and you go even pumping your gas. Uh, you'll find benzene, styrene. These things are in your carpets if you still have carpets in your house. A lot of these things are causing all types of ailments that your average doctor would not be able to detect. However, these are the underlining things that are the chemicals, the strong chemicals in your your detergent, or your pest control, through the chemicals that they use in pest control in your houses, body products, hair products, nail products. All of these toxins are invading your body in addition to the toxins that are in the foods. So 100 years ago, we didn't have so much chemicals in the food. So nowadays, compared to then, it's a drastic difference. So let's say even 100 years ago, when there were not as much toxins in the foods, people would still do things like they would call them a washout, or a lavage, or your grandma would make you drink nasty, bitter stuff. You'd be like, oh my God, you know, cod liver oil or castor oil packs and stuff like that. These things seem old fashioned, but they still work. And so even though they didn't have so much chemicals, but they knew that periodically you have to pause and clean out the system. You can't just keep eating, 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 eating all the time. Even babies on a feeding cycles every 4 hours. So you can't keep feeding a baby constantly. You feed the baby when it's full. It's only when we become adults and we're in a basically postmodern era where our taste buds have become so convoluted through sugar and a lot of salt that we eat more than our body require, because we sort of have a mild addictions, and it's the addictions and another thing, parasites in your body, that's causing you to eat more than you normally would eat. Or let's say if you're in an emotional frenzy, you still want to eat and you just ate. And you're like, didn't we just eat? Yeah, but I don't, I'm upset and I'm depressed, and go get me some ice cream. So we find that all of these things, excessivity in eating, eating foods that rich in chemicals being bombarded in the air, all of these things having a profound effect on our health. And a lot of my patients are finding that they'll go to the doctor, and the doctor will say, "Well, from us, you look fine. There's nothing going on." Yet the patient still feels certain issues, and then they're blatant things where there's Alzheimer's or
Oh,
Parkinson's or foggy
right.
memory, things of that nature. Then they're definitely affected by these the environmental chemicals. So that's one of the primary reasons why it's important to consider some type of detox regimen in your life periodically.
So, Dr. Max, so we're, let's say right now we're talking to novice. So, giving some brief pointers on, say, for instance, our clients that are coming into the hair loss clinic and they're losing their hair, and we're wanting to find out from them what's going on. And so, what are some things that you would recommend in regards to absorbing proper nutrients before starting some form of a program? For some of our
That
psychologists that are on the line, where we talk about, we've learned that the liver is an issue. So, what are some simplified things? Because you have so much knowledge and information, but you got to feed them little increments of what.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Well, that's a good question. I'll keep it as simple as talking to a child. Basically, things that one can do. For example, first, I would recommend to get some type of blood work done to
Okay,
check for metals.
got
Metals in your body can cause a lot of issues that would cause the body to have poor absorption of nutrients in it. So there are a lot of places now. There are places like I'll shout them out. Life Extension. They offer lab work for very very reasonable prices.
okay,
You can get basic lab work done. That would be one of the best way to start. First, start with your labs,
right,
and get with your primary care physicians, get the lab works done, and then get with the naturopath if you would like to embark on that path. And then also they would bring them to you all to take a look at the lab work to see how much metals is is in the body, what type of metals are in the body.
right,
All of these things have a profound effect on the organs, and also what are the blood works like, and then also in addition, what type of medications are the patients on, because a lot of these medications like hypertensive uh, care type meds, a lot of these medications also have a profound uh, side effect in the hair process, and the hair actually, the bulbs of the hair actually being able to grow, um, properly in its proper functional manner. So
right,
these things are important. It's not like people, where this modern era, everybody wants a quick fix. People think I could just go, I don't have boobs, I can just go get some boobs, and I'll look better or feel better,
right.
or I can just get something quick or go get some food quick. Everything is quick, everything is a quick fix, but a quick fix will be a fix for the moment, but it's not a permanent fix. And
Love.
that's what people are failing to understand.
Right,
So,
Yeah.
and if you really want to, I mean, if you really think about it, this information is really for like your children, if you have children, your niece and nephews. It's really to teach them at an early age to start taking proper care of their hair, of their skin,
right,
of their health, whatever issues they may be having. Not that it's not for us, but it's for them more so, because they have to learn that they need to implement some type of long-term health
right,
care regimen because these things don't happen overnight. And when they're young, they don't need to implement them per se, but the effect is still happening on them, because
Right.
once you reach a certain age, you start to feel the knee pain and the joints and the low back pain. So, had you been preparing for the different cycles in your lifetime, just like finance, you learn, you try to teach your children from the mistakes that we've made that we weren't taught from our parents,
Right.
and so forth, to help them prevent certain pitfalls that are inevitable if you live long enough.
Right.
um
So,
hopefully. Yes, go ahead,
so
go ahead.
Max, let me ask you this. Okay, so if we are asking our clients to detox, based off of what we learned at the conference, where do they start? Like, because today I had a client, I asked her how often do she detox. So those are some information like I would need. Like how often should you detox, and where should you start? Like I pretty much told her to start with a 3 day drinking water, only eating fruits and vegetables. You know, just to start somewhere. You
Yeah.
know, don't so not cutting you off, but in as a trichologist, and I have this information for them, where do I what can you tell me where to start, with our clients as far as hair loss or um detoxing to help with the process
Okay,
of
that
growing their
yeah.
hair?
Okay, so that's a good question. So I was doing a little research also on the hair. What causes the hair sometimes to not to grow well. And one of the things that they said is good for the hair in helping to have healthy hair is lanolinic acid, right?
Okay.
And however, the lanolinic acid, we have good ones and we have the bad ones.
Right.
So, for example, we have a lot of people with hypertension, right? They
Right.
have high blood pressure, they have diabetes.
Hmm.
So they want to transition from not eating so much meat and maybe cut down to, let's say if you eat meat 6 days a week, people are maybe eating meat maybe 3 days a week or 1 day a week, right? So that's a good step. You look at what you're eating now, and you want to cut down to what you're doing, because most of us eat too much. Period. Right? If you live in America, you eat too much,
Got
right?
it.
Because of all of the advertisement. Every time you see, you're like, oh yeah, I want to go get some Wi-Fi burgers right now, or
Yeah.
everything is triggering you to eat all the time. So you're not, when you should be sleeping, you're eating. So when you should be eating, you're sleeping. But so you start with where you at. If you feel that you deep down inside you're eating too much, let's look at what you're eating now, and let's say, okay, this is gonna be a little challenging, but what can I look at my diet and see that I know that this is not that healthy for me. Maybe I can cut out a few things at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And the first step would be to try to cut out too much of the meat consumption, and then the fried foods, which is not good. The lanolinic acid, or like the oils, a
Right.
lot of them comes from linseed oil, sunflower seed oil, vegetable oil. All of these oils are not healthy at all. These oils contribute to hypertension. So if you can cut out a lot of these oils and then get your lanolinic acids from nuts, maybe, or avocados, seeds, sunflower seeds. If you can learn, like for example, I would change the oil. I would have them on vegetable oil, not vegetable oil. I'm sorry. more like olive oil, extra virgin olive oil instead of the vegetable oil. Have them on coconut oil or avocado oil in
Hmm.
their foods. That's one way. The meats, get off of the fried food.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, you can hear us. Can you hear? Hear you now? We do. Can hear.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that's one way to start with the meals that you're eating. And if you feel like you're eating a little bit too much, unless you're working out in the gym, cut back on the frequency of eating. That's one thing. Now, detox, how to detox, like Pat said, the best thing would be to maybe take a break, take a day off from eating meat completely. Take a day off a week from eating cheese, meats, fried food, and only eat steamed foods or healthy whole foods. Cut out the potato chips. There's a lot of those potato chips, even the vegetarian potato chips, they're rich in linseed oil, and these oils are byproducts of 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 seeds that they're not really, they're like byproducts of corn, corn oil, all of these things. They're not really natural. They're not good for the body at all. So I would recommend it to take a day off and maybe just do juices and vegetables and fruits once
Mm-hmm.
a week. Once a week. That's only 4 times a month.
Right.
If you
Wow.
once you start doing that, you're gonna see your body is gonna feel different. You're gonna feel less sluggish, and then after that, maybe say, you know what, I feel good doing it once a week. Let me take off. Let me do it twice a week. Let me just eat my salads, my vegetables, my wild rice, or my steamed rice. You know, the rice or quinoa or things of that nature. Steamed fish. I'll prepare my own fish. I won't eat out. Um, Prepare your food at home more often than eating it out at the restaurants and having fat. These are steps towards a path of detoxing. Because detoxing is not just going to get on a regiment where you're taking the herbs and drinking and all herbs. That's where we want to go eventually. But
Got
it's really changing your mindset and realizing that what I'm doing is really contributing to my poor skin, the clogging of the
all
oils in my scalp, the me feeling sluggishness and tired and lethargic. It's usually from over excess of eating,
got it.
in addition to not eating the right thing. So that would be one thing. And then the next phase, if after that, is to probably go towards doing like a juice fast. Get yourself a NutriBullet or get yourself a juicer
Hmm.
and and start juicing your vegetables and your fruits and start liquefying some of your foods and then maybe take a half a day where you just do only juices, fresh juices, drink coconut water, fresh water, and then you do, let's say that's like the intermittent fast where you might do like a meal a day, one full meal a day,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and then you just drink your juices throughout the day and eat fruits.
Got
A
it.
lot of people not really eating fruits like that. A lot of people they're not really drinking water. Even myself, the only day that I know for a fact I'm drinking water, enough water, is when I'm on a fast. I do a 1 day water fast. But a lot of times, even myself as a physician, I know better. I just don't drink the water, but I eat plenty
Mm.
of fruits. So I'm
Right.
getting my water and my fruit.
Got it.
So if maybe people can introduce more fruits like tangerines, water fruits, grapefruits. These foods already have water in it.
These are
Cucumber.
great nuggets, guys. Yeah.
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 This is the step for them getting prepared for the mindset where they can come to me and get on a detox program.
So
And you
talk.
know, Max. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm
No, no,
So
I'm
sorry.
finished. I'm finished.
Dr. Max has detox programs, so he's very, very deep into what he does, and he's very passionate. And I
Yeah.
didn't mean that. So
So, Dr. Max, that's it's great that you said to cut out and slowly introduce yourself to detoxing, because you don't want them to rush and do where they don't get enough protein, or they just gonna stop completely. That's
Hmm.
gonna create another problem. So
Correct.
it's
Yes.
good that you are saying introduce yourself once a week, then then maybe if you feel better that day, twice a week,
Right.
that you
Hmm.
cut down on the fried foods, or that you didn't eat meat today, but you had enough protein in your beans or your
Hmm.
nuts and stuff like that. So it's good that you're saying that, because you got people who will do it cold turkey, and then they create another issue with their hair. Just
Yes.
not enough protein in their body. They just stop doing whatever they want to do. Oh, no meat today, no meat for months, no meat for and it creates another issue in their hair. So thank you for letting people know to
Right.
start slowly.
Right.
Yes, because it can shock the body. It's
Yeah.
like you haven't really prepared. It's like when you're planting. When you plant,
Yes.
before you put in the soil, you gotta dig the weeds out, the area where you're gonna plant. You
Hmm.
gotta till the soil.
Right.
You gotta and then you're gonna mix the soil with fresh soil, and then after that you're gonna add fertilizer in it to mix it up, and then you let it sit for some days, and then you'll plant the seeds in it,
Right.
right? So, but if you go cold turkey, it shocks the body, and the body's like, "What are you doing? We're not used to this," and it starts
Hmm.
panicking, and it can freeze the follicles. It can uh, attack different parts of the body to survive, because you didn't let it know you were gonna change. You're doing something, you know, and that's why when they're lacking nutrients, let's say from intermittent fasting or stuff like that, or sometimes they'll do the intermittent fast, and then when they go back to eating, they still don't have enough nutrients, because
Hmm.
they're trying to, like, they're following a lot of people have different
Falling fat.
opinions and things what to do. I like to, um, being like having more of an affinity for the Taoist way of life. I like to do things in a balanced approach. I've tried all of the extreme stuff. Ask my son.
Yeah.
I've done 30-day water,
He had
30-day juice fast, 21-day water fast. I've done a lot of, like, I put my body, like, I've done raw food for
well
2 years living in New York in the cold.
master.
Like, I didn't even want to drink nothing warm. It's like I was trying it. So I came to the point where, yes, you can sometimes you do need to go to an extreme measure to get
Right.
back to the middle, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, for cancer patients, for example, or patients with diabetes type 2, hypertension,
Right.
yeah, sometimes they have to go extreme, right? Sometimes they do have to go extreme to find the balance. But in general, when you experiment with different types of way of eating, and you don't really know what you're doing, you can cause more harm than benefits.
Mhm.
I would love
Yeah.
to share an experience with a client, like Max was saying. She was trying to change her eating habits to lose weight, and she was coming and getting her hair done, and I noticed the hairline was receding within weeks of time. And I said, "Is everything okay?" And so I asked her. She says, "Well, I changed my diet." I said, "You changed your diet? So what are you doing?" She says, "Well, I started intermittent fasting." I said, "Have you ever done it before?" No.
Mhm.
So again, as you explained, because she did something so radical, the body was in shock and she lost her hairline. And of course, because it was temporary, I was able to recycle the hair growth. But I'm glad you're speaking on that, Dr. Max, and letting people know sometimes you, you can't just go cold turkey. And it's good to have someone that can guide you along the way. And that's what
Yeah.
I have you on the platform today, because Max is very, very familiar with a lot of methods, and a lot of times we have no place to go to, or to speak to somebody that's going to give you the best route for you, because everybody's individualized. Just like with
Yeah.
meal
Yeah.
programs, we have to we have to customize for each person and give them different solutions. It's not a one size. So basically, you're saying detox is not a one size fit all, right?
Yeah.
No, not because everybody's coming from a different background. So
Got it.
it's not a one size fit all, but it's good for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
And there's still
it's good for
ways
everybody.
to approach it based on where you
Yeah,
are in your.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have like we have different products where we have a 10-day detox cleanse, so it's not as strenuous as a 21-day detox cleanse. But sometimes you have people who want to lose weight and detox,
Right.
so they'll lose the ones who are on 21-day. They'll tend to lose. They could lose like 15 to 20 pounds on
Right.
it, and they're getting the cleanse done. And then we have one for 28 days. So it depends. Sometimes a lot of newbies, I like to get them on a 10-day. I like to get them started on the 10-day cleanse. But however, with those cleanses, you can still eat. But then sometimes I'll have some patients who really want to go in deeper. So then I'll have them on a juice fast
Mm,
for, let's say, 7 to 14 days,
got it.
you know, or if they really want to go in and really go deeper, then I can get them on a water fast, provided that they're good with their physician. The physician give them the okay that they can. Then we can go for the 3-day water fast. And
Got it.
some people maybe will go for 7 if they, let's say, if they're really dealing with health issues. A
Hmm.
7-day water fast can really clear up a lot of things. It's not easy
Wow.
though. Even for me, every week I'll do my water fast, and I just one day, and I'm like, oh, it's time, and then I'll have the first hour or two. I'm like, oh Lord, I can't eat anything for the next 24 hours, and I've been doing it since I was 17. So
Wow.
so I'm gonna let you know it's not easy, but it's really all in the mind.
Fine. Yeah.
If you know the benefit, and then what I do is I recommend to my patients that when they're doing it, educate yourself. Watch the YouTubes of why it's so good to fast.
Right.
Watch these things of people who've had chronic problems, and
Right.
that'll motivate you to stay on your 1-day fast.
Right.
You're like,
Mhm.
wow, I didn't know, because it's supporting you. But if you're not educating yourself while you going through the process, your will get weak and you'll give in,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, I got to start over again, and then you never start,
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, it's important, and I
But
hope you're yes,
also let them know that even if they mess up just a little, that they can start back over, So,
yeah, that's good you said that, because I was gonna say the same thing. Like even myself, like for example, about 3 weeks or a month ago, I was on a water fast, and then so I was on my way to work to the office, and then I was like, and then I had an Altoid, and I was like, oh man, I broke my fast, and just with the Altoid, I was like, so I
Altoid.
had to wait the whole next week to start all over again, right? And my colleague, he was like, yo, you like, yo, you're like, you're
You're
serious about this. You broke your fast with an Altoid, and you was like, you considered that breaking the fast? I was like, yeah, because it's a water fast. So, but don't beat up on yourself.
uh-uh. And me, Dr. Max is my brother. I'm his patient. I'm a good patient. I'm a bad patient, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. But when I did my last fast with Dr. Max, that was my first time actually sticking with the water fast. You made me do it for 2 days, Max, or was it a one
Yeah,
day? It
two
was a
days.
2 days, y'all. I was freaking out. I said, "Oh God, I don't think I'm gonna last." He just said, "Drink through the pain." I'm like, "Drink water through my pain." Oh God.
Yeah, let your
it
water be your food.
It was rough. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all, but he said just get some coconut water. I said, "Oh, I could drink coconut water." Okay, that was it.
But when you think about it, right? It doesn't bother your stomach because your stomach is not really growling,
It's
right?
it's
it's
It's your
mental.
mind, like it's your taste buds is like you used to want to, like you smoking that cigarette. You
exactly.
used to put it on your lip, and now
Yeah,
you got to go one day without putting that cigarette on your lip, and that's the craving. That's the craviness
That first
of
day was the roughest day for me, and the second day it was like a little more. I'm like, okay, but I'm getting ready to break it.
yeah,
I'm excited about getting ready to break it because I'm like, wow. But
yeah.
I tried it with my guy, like when Dr. Max put him on like on a juice or something for 2 days. Well, the first day I did juice, broth, um, just water and tea.
yeah,
But by 6 o'clock, I was like, oh, I need a salad.
Mm,
Please, Willa, go
hmm.
get me a salad from Chick-fil-A because I'm hungry.
Uh-huh. It happens. It happens. But you know what? You're 10 steps closer than the person who's not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, didn't get it this time, we'll try again
right.
next time. And
And
as
then the
long as you
next
try
day,
next time,
the next day was better, I must say. The next
Right.
day was a little better. I didn't stress myself about it. I stayed busy. I was drinking tea. I was drinking water. And I wasn't even thinking about coconut water that until you mentioned. I was like, I
hmm,
could have had coconut water.
most definitely,
So
most definitely.
yeah.
The coconut water has the minerals from the
Yeah.
potassium, the
Right.
electrolytes in the
Hmm.
coconut water. It's still water. It's just
Yeah.
nature's water, but
Right.
it'll still give you the energy that you're missing just from drinking water. Yeah,
So, Dr.
yeah.
But yeah. Go
Like,
ahead
when when are the good times for fasting?
to
Because
start. Hmm.
Okay.
spring
Um.
time, and then I'm getting ready for the
Okay.
fall. So, kind of share
Okay.
everybody the
Well. Okay.
off
Sure. I just finished
seasons.
my fall water fast. I did a 3 day water fast. I started on the fall equinox. We're
Hmm.
in fall time season right now. It started on, I believe it was the 22nd, but I started my fast on the 23rd, and
Okay.
I did a 3 day water fast. I just finished it, and it was the first 2 hours was like, oh my God, no Lara bar, no oat milk. Oh Lord, I was going through it. And I was like, okay, let's just go drink some water. Let's go eat water. Let's have um pineapple imagination water
Oh God.
and you know, fried sauteed water. Just imagine make your water, like your meal or whatever. And after a while I just forgot about it. And then it was just
So do you suggest like when the winter start, the fall start, the
every
summer,
season. Yeah,
every
yeah.
Okay.
season?
So you
Every
hear that
season
every
you
season.
should be doing a cleanse. You shouldn't be waiting. It should be part of your every seasonal. As the season change, your body changes,
Exactly.
right? The
Right.
biggest changes are in the springtime. So
Mm.
let's say if you can't do every season, you should definitely be doing the springtime. You should do it once or twice. But someone who's really conscientious of their health, they should do it they should do it at least every season, which is every 13 weeks. So your body is moving within the rhythm and the balance of nature. Because in the springtime, we dealing with the liver organ, and the energy of the springtime is so strong that it helps the gravity helps pull down all of the toxins out of your body, and that's why a lot of people fast during the spring
So
season.
thank you for saying
So,
be
but when you yeah, but when
we
you're
got
first getting started, it
live
doesn't matter. Whenever you're ready to get started, just get started. The
right.
hardest part is to get started. Once you
Yeah.
can get started, then you keep it as part of your practice, and then you can utilize it one every season. And
Right.
also the benefits now. Remember, for example, a water fast for women, a 2 day water fast for 48 hours, you start kicking into your human growth hormones. Your
Uh,
human growth hormone is what reverses the aging. It's what's tightening up your skin, and that's increased
Okay.
in women by 1,500%, 1,500%.
Drop
And
some
in the
heart on that one. That's right there. It's
so that's the motivation, you know, that's the motivation. For
bound.
men, for men, it increases the men's human growth hormone by 2,000%,
Wow.
right? So it increased testosterone, it'll increase the vibrancy. And then if you do a 3-day water fast, after the third day, you're getting you tapping into your human growth hormone for free without having to go pay for it at the hospital. You tapping into it in your body for free. You also, when you start refeeding your body, you tapping into your stem cells
Mm,
for free.
look at
So
that.
when you start refeeding after a 3-day water fast,
We
you're
got a question.
tapping into the stem cells.
We
Yes.
got a question. Can Dr. Max explain what he meant by your body changes every season? Good question.
Good
Yes, good
question.
question. Yes. Yes. So what I meant there's a saying, there's a hermetic saying, hermetic principle, as above, so below, right?
Okay.
So as it is in heaven, it is on earth, and we are on earth,
Right.
right? So man, in the ancient Chinese medicine or the ancient Taoist medicines, they said that man is in the middle of heaven and earth. So
Okay.
whatever affects man and woman on earth affects man and woman. If it affects your biological, because you're on earth. However, you're influenced by the heavens also. So
Hmm.
whatever affects the heavens affects man, because man is in between the heaven and earth.
Okay.
So each organ has a a season
Hmm.
that it corresponds to. For example, the lungs, it corresponds to the fall season. The kidneys corresponds to the winter season. So in the
Ah,
winter season, especially for men, it's not good for men to ejaculate too much, because that's when your kidney is at its weakest stage, especially
Mhm.
during the winter time. So
that.
if you're a young man and you want to preserve your youth as throughout your age, as you age, you don't want to be ejaculating a lot during the winter time. You want to take it easy. You kind of want to hibernate a little bit, or you want to practice the rhythm technique a little bit, and maybe more caressing and being more gentle than you
Ah,
know than having the summer
another
heat,
live
some
conversation.
summer heat energy. Yeah. So, and then when we did the winter, with spring the liver, the summer is the heart, and the autumn, or the Indian summer, is the spleen. So as above, so below. So as the weather changes, the channels in the body is affected, because each season corresponds to a different organ in the body.
Got it.
So when you're aware of what organ you're that's stronger or weaker during the seasons, then you're like, oh wow. So since it's summertime, let me eat more mango.
Right.
The more fruits that have orange, the color orange in it, affects the spleen. It strengthens the spleen.
Right.
Peaches, apricots, these things make your spleen stronger. And the spleen, which is summertime. So July 22nd is when the summer solstice is. So as above, so below. So as the season change, your body changes. And also every 11 months, you get fresh new cells. So if you're fueling your body and preparing your body to change with the new cells that
Right.
you're regenerating, you're going to age gracefully. You're
Right.
going to live gracefully. Your body's going to be less stressful, less prone to, and if you get injuries, you'll heal quicker. You'll heal like when you were young. So that's what I meant. Good
What
question.
what about the liver?
The
Mm,
liver is the springtime. So the
Spring.
liver, the taste associated with the liver is bitterness. So that's why a lot of bitters, a lot of when your grandma used to make you drink bitters and things of that nature, it's to clean out the liver.
got it.
Dandelion is very bitter when you drink dandelion, but it's very good for the liver.
Got it.
So you eat the bitter type foods, it strengthens the liver, and the
Mm,
liver is the springtime. It's the big. It's a very big organ.
Right.
besides the skin.
Right.
It takes up almost half of your abdominal area. So that organ is in the springtime, and the gallbladder is the paired organ. So the liver and the gallbladder, they work together.
Got it.
So if your liver is not healthy,
The
then
gallbladder
your
suffers.
gallbladder's compromising. You're
Mm.
not producing enough bile to break down the
Mm.
food and the color in the food, and
Right.
so it's very important. It's a shame that we don't have a better understanding or taught when we were young about this, but it's important for us to know now, like I said, to teach the young youths of today, because the youths are the future, and if they start learning it now, then their kids will have they'll start out with what we'll say congenital chi. Their congenital chi. The kids will start out with a healthy body because their grandparents had healthy bodies.
Right.
So a lot of times we're born with certain congenital issues, like when you're a little weak at something, you're just born and having certain issues. It's
Mhm.
because your parents ate certain foods that your grandparents ate and your great grandparents ate, and your genes got weaker.
Got it.
Doesn't mean your genes couldn't be healed and repaired, because,
Mhm.
like, for example, celery is a good food to juice to help repair
Yeah.
the DNA,
Very much. Good.
right?
Mhm.
So it's not that you can't repair it, but something that started out almost broken, you got to repair it from where it started out, which means you got to look at your ancestors of how they ate, and some of them just didn't eat right because you know the situations in life is different for everyone.
Right.
So as you make a change, you're not only making a change for yourself, but you're making a change for your children to come, and you're also hopefully you'll be a good influence on the children who are already here, because they'll see you, they'll say, wow, mom, wow, dad, you look so much better, like, what are you doing?
Right.
They'll see the difference. You're
Yeah.
happier, you're less grumpy,
Right.
you know so
It's like breaking curses, you know.
it
Um,
sure is.
you're not eating the same thing that your parents was eating and was forced to eat, or based on our
Survival.
history and
And
survival.
history.
But
Hmm.
now today we can eat better, we can live better, we can eat better, we educate, a little better. We got technology, we got everything now. So
Yeah. And we have people like us who are on
yes.
platforms like this,
Right.
who are sharing that information
Yeah.
with each other. Sometimes just cut off stop watching certain things and come in groups like this and listen. Just sit
Yeah.
down and listen. You don't even
It-
have to watch us. Just
yeah.
listen while you're working, and get informed and
Exactly.
do
And that's
something about it.
Yeah. That's why Jen and I decided to do
The
this,
life.
because we're networking with other trichologists, dermatologists, doctors like you, Max, that can teach and educate us on these things. We're trying to break curses. We're trying to learn from one another.
Yeah.
We're trying to teach what others can't learn, or they too busy to learn,
Right.
so if they
Yeah,
can just get on, live and be like, oh, Pat and Jen got Dr. Max on today, and they got a chance to learn some stuff, so that's good.
And
exactly,
are just
exactly.
not spiritual, they are physical and mental as well. That is true.
That's right, thank you. Who
Thank you.
was that?
Star Mom 94.
All
All
right.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Max,
Yes.
would you tell everyone where they can find you, what types of services that you offer, and drop your IG information and contact number so that people can start doing better for themselves in regards to helping? Because Dr. Max not only does help with detox, he's helping me with my trigger finger. So I get acupuncture treatments. Kat as well. She gets acupuncture treatments. So it's not just
Yep.
detox. It's also about other methods of healing that he provides for those that don't want to just rely on the medical doctors, which we need them, but we also want to take different routes in a more healthier manner. May take
In
a
a holistic way. Mm-hmm.
longer. We're running a marathon, y'all. We're not in a uh, what is it? A mile? Not we're not. We're running a mile run versus a
Yeah.
sprint. We're not sprinting. So with our
Yeah.
health, with our bodies, we're running a marathon. So we want to share Dr. Max's contact and information so that you guys can reach out to him. We will invite him back, ask more questions because
Yeah.
Max has so much questions and answers.
So much
I mean,
information.
information. Thank you for taking out the time
Thank
to
you.
speak to us
Yeah.
and share to our clients and our colleagues that are following. We also have colleagues in other states, which he does telehealth, guys. So he is
Yes.
available via the
Zoom. We
Zoom.
do Zoom calls. Yeah. Zoom
So
calls or FaceTime.
it's all about what Pat said is we're wanting to give knowledge,
Yeah.
understanding, and know that now you have some form of a contact and you know where to kind of get guidance to go where you need to go. And we all need everybody in that circle: dermatologists, the medical physician, the holistic doctors, the acupuncture doctors, the trichologists. We need all of the circles. We can't cut out one
Hmm.
or the other because everybody plays a big role.
Yoga,
Yeah.
everything.
And
Yoga,
Yeah.
exercise.
guys,
Exercise,
Yeah.
drop all
personal trainer.
information and the things that you're providing because we know that stress is a killer. And when we're worried about how do I start, how do I, first of all, we got to calm the mind and take everything
Yes.
one day
Yeah.
at a time, y'all. So this was a lot
Yes.
of information, but this was great information. And I thank you so much for coming.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, most definitely.
What a great
Yeah. So
live, I must say.
yes, my name. So my IG where I could be followed at is Bronzeman Acupuncture, and I'm located in the Plantation area. So you can Google me, Bronzeman Acupuncture. I'm on Facebook also, Bronzeman Acupuncture Inc. And my phone number, if you'd like to get in touch with me, is 561-367-5008. That's 561-367-5008. I could also be reached at 954-404-2735. That's 954-404-2735. And I'm located in the Plantation area. You could just Google me, Bronzeman Acupuncture, and I'll come up. And I also offer Tai Chi and Qigong in the park on Saturday mornings, right across the street from the office at Liberty Tree Park off of Fifth Street in Plantation, off of University.
Right.
And that's at every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock to 9:30. So we start out the beginning with stretch exercises,
Okay.
and then we go into a very old Qigong exercise called the Baduan Jin. We do that, and then after that, for those who want to stay to do Tai Chi, we go into a short Tai Chi form also. So the reason we do this because this system of medicine is not just take your herbs and or just eat healthy and that's it. We do that. We do the eat healthy, take your herbs, meditate, exercises, acupuncture. We have all the modalities involved in this healing system.
Right.
So, and then if you've seen like the Shaolin monks, these guys are really the truth. Like they can break bricks with their hands, and they can they can have a stack of bricks and hit the top brick and break the bottom brick. That's called chi. That's the power of chi.
Right.
That's what we're that's what we're activating when we're utilizing the needles in the treatment. It's activating
Mm-hmm.
that life force energy because sometimes that life force energy is weak.
Mhm.
It's like when you're having a rough day and your energy is low, you know your energy is low, your aura is dim. That's chi. Your electricity, your electromagnetic uh in your body flow is compromised. So
Right.
what we do is we stimulate those pressure points, and it starts to
Mm-hmm.
activate the chi again,
Right.
and you start to get bright. And like even we treat people with who have substance problems. You know, that type of a detox. So we have herbal formulas for you if you want to stop smoking, if you have any substance issue, we can help you with acupuncture and herbs also. And then after a while, you'll start to feel better and your Shen is which is the Shen in Tai Chi is called the spirit. The
Right.
spirit is in the heart. Once your heart starts to get healthier and happier, and your the thoughts and the whatever's been sitting on your chest gets
Yes.
lighter, your face starts to brighten up. And
Mm-hmm.
you'll
Right.
notice, like drug addicts, people who like heavy drug addicts, like who used to do coke or heroin and stuff like that, you
Right.
see their face be bright red, kind of with like
Mm-hmm.
sweaty look. They have this look that you can tell
Mm-hmm.
that person has a substance issue. But the same thing, once we start to go in and help them with their health and help them with their mind and help them to calm their mind, that face transforms into a more natural redness, a freshness, and you can see the difference.
Got it.
So this is what the qigong exercises help to do. Like a lot of people, if they do the acupuncture for the back pain and then they come to the classes also, or the people with the knee pain, as I start to make your knees feel better and you're getting better, now you have to keep a certain practice so you don't sit on the couch and let the chi get stagnant, and then we
Right.
got to start all over again with the treatment. You
Right.
come and
Mm-hmm.
you feeling better, you can walk a little bit better, come and
Right.
do some of these exercises, because a 70-year-old person can come and do these exercises.
Right.
These exercises is for everybody.
Right.
Okay? So we offer that also. All
Awesome.
right.
Yeah.
I will be
Awesome.
posting more of that. I'm not posting enough of my advertisement of what I do, but I will be. And I have the help of Jennifer and Miss Pat, of course, to
And
help me out with that. So
we
you
will have
guys will know
a
when we're doing
live
these things.
that will give you other topics to expound.
Yeah.
I feel like people that are on the live or who was on the live, drop us some questions, or what you want to hear about, and we'll get Dr. Max back on because he's got
Yeah.
so much wealth of information, guys.
So much information. So much.
And we're
So
going
much information.
to idolize, give him some life to want to be engaged online and be live because the time you speak and understand how much experience that you do have and all of the things that you have to offer. He also offers B12 shots, guys. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
And Pat and I, we utilize him. So we filtered through us to Dr. Max because we have a lot of clients coming in. Their nutrition is zero.
Right.
Want
Yes.
them balanced out, and it takes a team. So we're going
Sure.
to implement Dr. Max as part of our team, and he is going to be very helpful. And again, as I said,
Yeah.
colleagues, we will allow opportunities for you guys to reach out to him and have your patients speak with Dr.
Yeah.
So it's a networking. We appreciate you. Is there
And
anything
I thank you all for having me out. I
last
appreciate you all
wisdom,
too.
word of wisdom that you'd like to share with everybody that was on Instagram live? What's the word? One word of wisdom. One short line word of wisdom.
One word of wisdom I will say: as long as you're alive, you still have a chance to to do it better.
Ah, I like that.
So
Yeah.
never give up, no matter how old you think you are. I have young people telling me they're 25-year-old and they're telling me they're too old.
Oh,
I'm like,
what?
I'll give you $20 million right now if I could be 25 again. So I don't want to hear that I'm too old and it's too late. As
Right.
long as you're alive, you have a chance to do the things that you always wanted to do, whether it's play an instrument, whether it's
So much.
whatever.
Glad you
You still
enjoyed
have a chance.
live.
It's
We like
never too late.
this. DM us. We are here to bring
Yeah.
topics to you guys. It's not really about hair loss. It's a movement. It's
Yes.
creating understanding for wealth and health and wellness, which in turn gives great healthy bodies, healthy hair, skin, nails, all of that. So
Yeah.
Yes.
you're welcome, guys.
Yes.
You're welcome. This is what we're doing,
Yes.
and we're going to continue to do it. And we
Mm-hmm.
appreciate all that have joined us, and we will be back next week.
Yeah.
Yes. Most definitely. And
So
I'd love to be here on whenever you guys ready to have me again.
Absolutely. And
Always make
well,
time.
that,
I'll see you next week, Max. I know I've been
Okay.
kind of busy, but
It's all right.
Max is helping me with hormone issues, guys. So acupuncture. He had me on my nutrients, my vitamins. So I am grateful for Dr. Max. I'm drinking pomegranate juice around this thing like crazy.
Yeah. Nice,
So yeah,
nice.
it's
I
working
thank y'all
slowly.
also.
But
Yes,
thank you, Dr. Max. I really
definitely.
appreciate you.
And I appreciate you too. All right. Thank you, Jen.
All
All right.
right.
Off.
All right.
Till next week. Be blessed, everybody.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Thank everybody who came out. Peace.
Good night.
Good night.